Okay, so hello and welcome to all of you who are watching this on the replay. We are live on Zoom now. There's a lovely group of us in the Zoom room. We've just had a nice check-in. It's the 4th of May, bank holiday weekend for many of you. Summer in some parts of the world certainly has been here today. So we're going to do a few nice practices, and then I'm going to do a healing and energy healing. So you're going to get some Reiki, Sekhem, angelic healing, any combination of those that you might want to receive towards the end. And before that, we're going to do some nice practices just to regulate our nervous systems, drop into our bodies a bit, and just really checking in and seeing how we're doing. So we're going to do that. And just first, I wanted to make a little announcement. So the next 3 Sunday evenings it's 5 to 7 UK, 6 to 8 Central European time, I'm offering an ancestral healing call series. There's going to be 2-hour deep dives. It's for women, and it's to help us to move through any ancestral blocks that we may have. So this can be from parents, from grandparents, and from anywhere up through our lineage. Perhaps traumas, perhaps unprocessed emotions, issues like beliefs that they might have held, difficult experiences in life that they might have had that somehow were unprocessed. I mean, it's hard to process some very big events, for example, like wars and things like that people might have lived through. And if there's something kind of not kind of going in your life in the way you want it to, if you're finding that a certain pattern just keeps coming around again and again, and you're doing the work, you do the inner work, you're reflecting, you're doing stuff, and it's still not shifting, it might well be the ancestral piece. Perhaps it's not yours, or perhaps it didn't start with you. You're living it out, but actually it's inherited. So we're going to be doing a 3-week deep dive on that. We're going to do a lot of energy healing around that to support and kind of disentangle and just help to shift and move things that might otherwise take years to shift. And we're going to be inviting in not just clearing kind of the traumas and looking at that piece, but also inviting in all the strengths and all the things from our heritage that we might have overlooked or might have thought, oh, that relationship was a bit difficult, so I've just sort of trashed the whole thing. But actually, what did we get from those difficult situations? And we really start to embody that and bring that in. So learning to work with our ancestors, and we're going to be creating an altar to them and the ones that we want to, if we feel we want to, but just starting to invite this energy in. And ancestry can go all the way back to the beginning of time, so we can get a lot of amazing kind of insight and support and help from the unseen worlds, from the spirit realm. And we can also get a lot of help and support to lift the burdens that we are carrying now, because we don't have to carry them alone. So if this is piquing your interest or stirring something inside of you, then I really urge you to have a little look at that. We have a deep dive, and there'll be a lot of support about how you can carry on this work by yourself. And I think I'm planning to continue it, because I think it's just such an important topic. So it's kind of where my a big part of my focus is at now. So if you're interested in that, I'll send something in the email with the replay, so you'll get those the link for that. That's all I wanted to share, I think. So if we're ready, let's have a little dive into some practices. So I said I was going to start with a little bit of movement. So if you want to, you can also do it sitting down. I'm going to stand up. I'm just going to invite us to shake it out. So anything that's in the nervous system, the stress, the overwhelm, or the freeze, if we're stuck in freeze response and we don't want to move, it can be a really good time to actually get up and shake the body. Okay, so I'm going to stand up, move my chair out the way. And again, just whatever you feel you want to do, but I'm just going to invite us to start wiggling, shaking, and whatever feels good for you, but really using the breath as well, like making any sound you might want to, letting the legs get involved, giving everything a bit of a move and a shake. And it's really whatever feels good to you. There's no prescription here. And just notice what you're feeling inside as you're doing this, because I can actually feel a little bit of goosebumps in my arms right now as I'm doing that, which tells me there's some charge in my nervous system that's letting go right now. So we're just doing this to clear, shake out tension, nervousness, anger, or stuckness. Just keep going with this a little bit longer. You can keep going even if I stop. I'm going to invite us to just roll the neck and the shoulders. Maybe you want to sway a little bit, just keeping it really nice and loose. As we move the neck and the shoulders, we're starting to activate the vagus nerve, stimulate the vagus nerve, which actually really starts to calm down the body, bringing your parasympathetic nervous system online. That's it. And you can also add nice swinging arms. Whew, getting a nice rhythm. Exhaling. Just making this your own. If you don't feel like moving so much, just make it nice and gentle. And then adding in a bit of a, if you've got space, a bit of a spinal twist. Again, really good for the nervous system. What we're doing here is really starting to tell our brain, because we're looking from side to side, we're moving freely, kind of moving with gay abandon. We're telling our brain that we're safe. We wouldn't be able to do this if we weren't okay. We'd be busy running off down the road away from a tiger or something. So, good. And then whenever it feels good for you, just letting the arms just come to a rest. But if you feel to, you just keep going. And then we can just do a little bit of tapping out, tapping, patting down the arms. Just see if you can really feel what's happening in my body as I'm doing this. And you can pat down the chest, the upper chest. Again, we're stimulating the vagus nerve, getting the parasympathetic nervous system online, working down the belly. And do the lower back if it feels good. You can pat down the legs. Ooh, yeah. Any last little movements you want to make, slowing it down. Letting any tension out on the exhale. And then we can come to sitting, or you can keep standing for the next bit if you want to. We're going to massage our ears. How often do you guys massage your ears? I love ear massage. Now, obviously, if you've got any ear aches or pains, then be very careful, but giving the cartilage a really good squeeze, especially the bits that are crunchy or even a bit painful. Unless you've got any kind of infection or problems there, it can be really good just to get the tension out. And I don't know if you know, but your ears have they're like the feet in that there's a whole map, a reflexology map in your ears. So if you massage all of your ears, all of the pieces, you actually are giving your whole body a massage. So I know whenever I do this, I start to feel warm all over my body. Not that I need to feel any warmer right now, but I can feel the energy moving. And then if we massage kind of deep in here, that kind of flat bit inside, this is again a vagus nerve point. So if you give that a good massage, all that kind of overwhelm and stress that we might be feeling can start to ease. And we can give the earlobes a pull if it feels good. Pull the ears a little bit to the side gently. I'm not trying to hurt ourselves here. It's a nice stimulating but relaxing massage. So all of this, yeah, so I'm seeing some yawns. When you're yawning, that's your parasympathetic nervous system kicking in, bringing you back to rest and digest after busyness and doing too much. Yeah, good, good. And now perhaps you can keep massaging your ears. I'm just going to give my arms a little massage. It always feels really nice. And yeah, it just feels like you're getting a hug almost, and you can give yourself a hug. Just giving yourself a little arm massage. Yeah, I see some of you doing neck massage. That's brilliant for, again, for parasympathetic activation, especially this part of the occiput here. So if you just get in there a little bit, anyone who wants to. Yeah. Well, while we're here, why don't we just do, I wasn't going to do it today, but we can do a little bit of a head massage, a little bit of head and face massage. And just really noticing, like start to turn your attention inwards. You don't need to look at me to see what I'm doing because you know where your head is. And so just massage what it is that feels good for you. And start to notice, okay, if I'm doing this, how is it feeling on the inside? What's happening in my belly? What's happening in my legs? What's happening in my feet? Starting to come out of the head and into the body. And if you want to, you can start massaging a little bit at the face, over the eyes, eyebrows. I'll just leave it entirely up to you. I'll just tell you what I'm massaging around the temples, cheekbones, a bit around the ear and the jawline. Jaw's a really good place to get into. A lot of tension there often. Cheeks, cheekbones. It's cheaper than going to the spa, isn't it? And any last moves you want to make. I'm just resting here with my hands around my neck, which feels really nice. So whenever you're ready, I just invite your hands to land somewhere. Could be on your chest, your belly. Could be giving yourself a hug. Or just moving towards a bit of stillness. And just turning your attention within. How am I feeling right now? What am I noticing inside? What are the sensations in my body? What is my mind doing? Are there any thoughts happening? And are there any emotions or any feelings there present? Just observing what's happening for us right now, getting in touch with what we might not have noticed before. And you can keep a hand on the chest or the heart, the belly, wherever you're resting comfortably. And if it feels good to you, I'm going to invite us to do a cooling breath, Shitali. It's very good when we're in kind of heated states, stress states, any states of inflammation. in the body, any irritability or anger rising, or even if you're just too hot or you're menopausal or anything to do with heat, it's a great tool. Now, if you're feeling cold right now, then perhaps pass on that and just take some deep belly breaths while we do the Shitali. So Shitali is through a rolled tongue, for those of you that don't know. So if you can roll your tongue, you roll it and poke it out side of your mouth, and you take a deep inhale and feel the cool air coming down your throat all the way down your esophagus. And when you're ready, you exhale through the nostrils. Now, if you know the Ujjayi breath, you know what to do there. If you don't, do not worry about it. If you can't roll your tongue, then you can do it through teeth. So you can stack your teeth on top of each other and open the lips and drop your tongue behind the lower teeth and inhale through the teeth and exhale through the nose. So let's do a few of these together. So we're going to inhale through tongue or teeth. Exhale through both nostrils, close the mouth. Follow your own rhythm. Inhale through tongue or teeth. Exhale through both nostrils. Good. Inhaling. Exhale through the nose only. Good. Let's do two more. At the end of your last exhale, just relax the breath back to natural breathing. And again, just noticing what's happening, what's alive inside of me right now. Just observing, just allowing everything to be as it is. And I'm going to invite us to take a mudra if you want to. This is called Apan mudra. So Apan being the opposite of prana. Prana is the upward movement, the life force moving through us. Apanic movements are downwards and outwards movements. So it's a releasing, a letting go on a physical level. So this is a detoxifying mudra, also for letting go of any unwanted thoughts, emotions. So we can just let it all go. So Apan mudra, thumb, middle finger and ring finger together, and the other fingers extended. Can you see what I'm doing? That's it, a bit Star Trek-y. Yeah, so now you can relax your hands down. So just relax them wherever you want to hold them. And you can close your eyes and just notice again, when we take a mudra, if we're tuned into the subtleties of our inner workings, you might notice an energy shift, you might notice something. So I just invite you to check that out for a moment. And then if you'd like to add to it, we can invite in the 3-part breath. So inhaling, pushing out the belly, the ribs and the chest, and following your own pace here as you exhale, relaxing the upper chest, the ribs and the belly. And again, as we push out into the belly, ribs and chest, we're activating, stimulating the vagus nerve. So bringing even more balance to our nervous system. So that alone is a regulating practice. This mudra is really balancing for the mind, brings patience, serenity, confidence. And because it's a nice cleansing mudra, it's nice for springtime, letting go of the old, visioning new beginnings. We've just had May Day and Celtic lands, it's Beltane, which is a time of moving towards the summer and a time of abundance and things that we've been visioning coming into fruition. So with that spirit of things flowering and coming into fruition, coming into abundance, I invite you now to imagine a very abundant, lush garden. It's filled with beautiful flowers and plants. And just taking the sights, the colors, the textures, smells, fragrances. Perhaps you can feel the grass beneath your feet. Perhaps you're holding a flower, inhaling its scent, listening to the birds or the leaves rustling in the breeze. And just notice a patch of garden that has nothing growing in it. And you think to yourself, well, what would I like to plant there? Knowing that this is an abundant garden and anything that you wish to grow can surely grow because all these other plants and flowers are doing so well. So take a moment to think about the seed you'd like to plant, whether it's for a quality you'd like to have more of, a project you'd like to get off the ground or complete, a relationship you'd like to improve or bring about in your life. Anything at all. Just give you a few moments to visualize what it is you'd like to plant the seed for. And just take a couple of minutes to watch that unfold. Watch the seeds start to sprout. Because this is a magical garden where things can happen quite fast. So we're seeing the shoots come up. And the thing that you are visioning is starting to come into its own. Just noticing that happen, taking shape, perhaps starting to blossom. And eventually bearing fruit. Now, perhaps this is the thing that you would like to set your intention around for the healing you're going to receive. And if so, you can form your intention in a sentence or a word for yourself. Make yourself comfortable. And I'm going to start channeling the energy through in a few moments. So, just to say to yourself, if you want to receive this healing, just say, I accept. Yes, please, to yourself. So the energy knows that you would like to receive it. And if you don't, you can say, no, thank you. So you can just relax, and I will let you know when the healing is finished. Gently bringing your awareness back to your breath. Noticing the inhale and the exhale. Feeling the belly and chest rise and fall. As you take deeper in breaths, you feel your whole body filling with prana, life force, light. And exhale, just letting go of anything that doesn't need to be there. A couple more deep breaths like this. Trying to bring some awareness back to your body, your fingers, toes, hands, your feet, ankles, arms and legs. Gently bringing some movement back. Waking the body up again, unless you're going to sleep, in which case you can just roll over and drift off. So for those of you on the recording, I'm going to pause it here and just say, let me know how you got on. You can drop me an email, a message, or write something in the comments just so I know how that landed with you. And if you want to know about the ancestral healing call, I will pop the details in the email with the recording, and I'll put the link in the replay under the video. So I'm sending you lots of love and many blessings until next time. And yeah, I hope to catch you on here live soon. All right, lots of love. Bye for now.